What up, Jippers? Lplays back once again for some more No Man's Sky news, because not only have we had the Beyond launch trailer, we have now been getting so much more information from lots and lots of press articles going up, and IGN have released a video called Sean Murray Tells You Everything in No Man's Sky Beyond. Spoiler, he doesn't, but he does tell us a lot of really good things. The No Man's Sky Beyond update part 3 component is No Man's Sky 2.0. The patch notes for this update are going to be twice the size, 2 times the size of the No Man's Sky Next patch notes. For those that don't know, that's somewhere in the region of 500 plus new features coming to the game with this update. This is freaking insane. It's gonna make Next look like a little mini update. I cannot believe this. This list of things that I've got to go through, I've just written out every little piece of information that I can find from the videos, from all of the articles, and summarized all of the new features that have been confirmed for 100%. But remember, this is just a small portion. However many features I'm going to read out here, it's not even close to 100. So just think about that. When we get the full patch notes, there is going to be so much more. And for anyone that was worried that this update was focused too much on VR and multiplayer, and people that just love exploring and single player are not going to get anything, rest assured, this update, part 3, No Man's Sky 2.0, is for you. Where do we even freaking begin? First of all, I'll start off with the additional bits of information we have got about the multiplayer stuff. We know now that the player count, the number of player models that can all be seen and playing together on screen at one time, has been up to 32. It's currently 4, it's now 32, depending on which version of the game you're playing, which platform. So I assume that means 32, the highest number, is going to be on PC. I'm seeing mixed reports, but it looks like 16 is going to be the limit for console players. But either way, that is a lot more players than the maximum 4 that we've got now, and we will never have to look at those disgusting little orbs ever again. So I'm pretty freaking happy about that. It's going to be really cool. The Nexus Hub. This essentially acts like the tower in Destiny 2. It's a big player hub lobby area. They've said it's going to have loads of new shops in there. New shops where we can upgrade our gear, our ships, and our weapons, and show off all of our cool stuff to other players, including the ability to feature builds and ships and things like that. We can actually have them shown, displayed in the hub area, so that we can go and look at other people's coolest builds and ships and gear, and they can do the same for us. And they've even said that Hello Games themselves are going to feature really cool things in here. So if there's a particularly breathtaking, beautiful point of interest, a planet that's just absolutely incredible, Hello Games might pick that and choose that to be one of their featured bits of content in the Nexus Hub. And get this, when you're in the hub and you see something like that, you can just instantly use the Nexus Hub functionality to just go and teleport there. Just like that, zip there and go and see it, go and explore it, go and take it all in really easily, just like that. That is going to be incredible, and you're all invited to come over and look at my bases. They also said there's not going to be any load time going into the Nexus Hub. So it's not like in a lot of multiplayer games where you go to like a hub or a lobby and it cuts out to a loading screen or a placeholder screen for like 4 minutes while you wait for it to load up. This is just going to be instantly in. You go up to the anomaly, you get the little animation, and you're straight inside there with all the other players in. So it sounds like it's going to be really freaking cool, really smooth, and a lot of fun. There's also a multiplayer mission board that will notify any other players in the hub when you select a mission, and they'll be given the option to join you on your mission, and you then form up a little party, a little fire team, and you can go out together and actually do co-op missions. Things like taking certain photographs, building specific bases with certain objectives, like use 3 of this particular component, going to hunt creatures or do little archaeological digs. all sorts of things that we're going to be able to do together as our little teams, even if we don't actually have our own friends around at the time to play with. You just go to the hub, matchmake instantly, and boom, your little fire team is away, having fun together, exploring and making new friends. So it does sound like a really cool feature, even for those people that don't like the multiplayer stuff so much. You've got to admit, just being able to zip around and do this stuff so easily does sound pretty freaking cool. And of course, if you find something breathtaking, like a really special moon or a planet or something like that, and you want to show it to other people, it's gonna make that so much easier to do than ever before. But now, enough of the multiplayer stuff, because I know the juicy stuff, the things that you will want to hear, are all the things that aren't just multiplayer or VR focused. So let's jump into this whole raft of new things that we have had confirmed today. We knew from the trailer that we were going to be able to ride animals. Now we know we can farm animals, we can tame animals, we can even freaking milk them. That's right, we can build animal milking machines, milk them, and there's also going to be cooking and recipes added to the game. So a whole new element of gameplay that just did not exist before. If you've always wanted to be an intergalactic farmer, your dream has come true. It's also confirmed that we're going to have greatly expanded base building. We're going to be able to build more complex, more creative, bigger, better bases than we've ever been able to before. There's going to be loads and loads of new components, and we have indeed got a fully functioning electricity system for buildings and smart logic. For those of you that don't get what that means, think of redstone in Minecraft, like programmable logic-based components, so we can actually create little games within the game, or little mechanisms, or little builds that will do stuff, that will activate things all on their own. It's gonna be freaking crazy. They talk about some of the examples that you could do with this. One of them is that they built a fully functioning version of Rocket League that you could just go on and play with other players on a big moon. There are all sorts of possibilities, the things that we could build and create in this, little mini computers that actually work and function in the game. And then of course we'll be able to upload all that stuff to the Nexus and show it off to other people, and they'll be able to come and try out the things that we've built, and we'll be able to go and try out all the things that people much smarter than us have built, and it's just going to be a good time. We also know that there's now going to be a whole new element to building with industrial building parts and components. Things that will allow us to do stuff like build our own mining systems and excavators, battery systems, wind turbines, solar panels, all of that kind of stuff. There's going to be so many things we can probably do with that we can't even think of yet, but it's going to open up a lot more possibilities in terms of things that we can do, build and create. And I am definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys do with that. We also know there is a completely new overhauled galactic map system, a brand new discovery page, a new alien word and language system for those of you that love to explore and find all the new languages. There's going to be more of that. It's been expanded. And some pretty big reveals here. NPCs do indeed walk around. We already knew that for certain with space stations from way back when the VR stuff was first kind of teased and revealed and press got hands-on with it. But now we know that NPCs, aliens in the game, will walk around freely on planets as well. So we'll be able to just run into them, and he talks about them being able to give you quests and missions and things. So that is going to be freaking awesome. I know loads of people have wanted that for such a long time. Oh, and chairs are actually usable. For those of you that have talked about this for whatever reason, yes, you can now sit in the freaking chairs in the game so you can die happy. That's, I mean, what more do you need? We also know there are going to be all new community missions added and new weekly content on a rolling basis that we'll access via the Nexus Hub, as well as new alien races, entirely new alien races. We don't get given much more information about that right now, but we know there are new alien races in the game. I really hope that plays heavily into the lore and story and stuff as well. But either way, it adds more variety, more cool things to see, more cool things to interact with. So I'm looking forward to that. And just like, remember, this is literally just a tiny portion of what we're getting, even though we're also getting freaking VR on top of all of this stuff, even the multiplayer bits, everything talked about here will be fully playable in VR without even needing to have a separate game disc or a separate game mode or anything. It's just gonna work, and everyone who's had the chance to play this hands-on is saying it's incredible, it's smooth, it works properly, it's polished, it's... Oh, I'm honestly speechless to realize just how big this is going to be. I've continually said it's going to blow our freaking minds and going to be huge, but even I did not expect this. Twice the size of the No Man's Sky Next patch notes. I'm completely staggered by that. And some of these features that have been talked about are like 10 times bigger than anything we got in Next. And this isn't even it. So the fact that there's not just way bigger and better features added here, but so many more of them, I just can't even imagine how good this is going to be to play, and I'm going to be so hyped for the first time I jump into this. And probably every time after that for a very, very long time. So yeah, that is a whole load of the stuff that has been revealed today. Keep your eye on the No Man's Sky news. If you go onto Google, you search No Man's Sky Beyond, you click across to the news tab and just refresh that and keep an eye on it. I'm sure there are going to be loads more news articles and probably new videos popping up on YouTube and things throughout the day and the evening. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. And remember, this isn't it. We are going to get the patch notes. There's going to be so much that we don't know about yet. And just experiencing this is going to be incredible. They did also even talk about things like the scale, of course. We knew that was going to be improved for VR, but they've really emphasized it in some of these articles, saying that the scale of the game now is just so much better than it ever was before. Things like the ships, things like the size of the trees, the depth of the oceans, the planet terrain, all of that kind of stuff just feels so much better than it ever did before, and that of course transfers across whether you're playing in VR or not. Those improvements are going to be felt by everyone. So yeah, I'm pretty freaking hyped about this. You've even got news articles like Games Radar saying this is basically No Man's Sky 2. They're calling it a sequel in everything but name, and I mean that should give you a pretty good idea of just how freaking big this final component is. No Man's Sky Component 3 is 2.0. And I cannot freaking wait to see you out there in the stars. Take care, guys. And peace. Of course, before we end the video, I want to give an absolutely huge shout out for those Patreon supporters that have stuck with me. Acac, Anakey, Dale from the Atlas Hub, Fuschia, Jeremy J, Johannes A, Jtecnique, Culver, Lukash M, Lyle, Foraday, Mark F, Mark D, Mingery, NTB, Ongrad, Autumn Long, Rasmus K, Technical Gaming 101, the Golden Gek, Todd C, Todd H, Vanella, and Øyvind S. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for continuing to support me.